Hello, I'm Nikki Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support us.
The Young and the Restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel. Today is a beautifully dramatic day in the world of daytime television, and we have some absolutely explosive updates to share with you all. The drama in Genoa City is reaching a boiling point, and we are here to break down every single juicy detail. Let's not waste another second and jump straight into the heart of the story. I cannot believe they are actually doing this. I am sitting here typing furiously at 2 a.m. because I just finished reading the latest spoilers and my jaw is literally on the floor. Are we seriously about to rewrite 3 decades of Winter's family history? Because that is exactly what it looks like, and I have so many feelings about it that I don't even know where to start. But we have to talk about this. We need to talk about this right now before my brain explodes. Okay, let me take a breath. So, we all knew Malcolm Winters and Dr. Stephanie Simmons were coming back. The show has been hyping this up for weeks, and the promos have been everywhere. And look, I've been watching this show for years, and I know exactly how these legacy returns usually go. The writers bring them back. They smile at the camera. They drink coffee at Crimson Lights. They say remember when, and then they leave 2 days later. But no, not this time. Reports are saying Malcolm and Stephanie recorded over 124 pages of dialogue for this stint, 124 pages. You don't memorize that much script just to tell Lily she looks pretty and drink a latte. That is heavy, emotional, tear-jerking, real material. And now we finally know why the rumors are true, and I'm absolutely losing my mind over here. Stephanie Simmons is returning to Genoa City to confess a secret that is going to shatter everything. When she left town way back in 1996, she was pregnant with Malcolm Winters' child. Hold on, I really need a second because this is huge. Remember when Olivia and Drew were trying to play matchmaker for Malcolm and Stephanie back in 1994 and 1995? They thought they were the perfect couple, and honestly, they had amazing chemistry. Malcolm was this charming, free-spirited photographer, and Stephanie was this brilliant doctor. But things got complicated, life moved on, and Stephanie eventually left GC. We all just assumed that was the end of the story, a closed chapter in the history books. But no, the writers dug deep into the archives, pulled out a loose thread from 30 years ago, and are pulling it so hard the entire Winters family tree is about to snap in half. But wait, it gets crazier, because it's not just that Malcolm has a secret kid out there somewhere in the world. Oh no, the kid is already in Genoa City. It's Holden Novak. I'm sorry, but what? Am I the only one who is screaming at their screen right now? Holden Novak is Malcolm's son. Let's just rewind and look at the absolute sheer genius or absolute lunacy. I haven't decided yet of this twist. Think back to January 2025. Holden rolls into town claiming his name is Dameron Kane. He spins this massive, elaborate sub-story about being the long-lost half-brother of Nate Hastings. He infiltrates the family, he gets close to people, he plays on Nate's emotions, and then boom, Amy Lewis comes back and completely exposes him. She blows his cover out of the water, and he's forced to admit his real name is Holden Novak. But he never, ever told anyone who his real parents were or where he actually came from. We all just thought he was some random grifter hired to cause trouble. But he wasn't a random grifter. He was a Winters all along. He faked being Nate's half-brother, but in reality, he is Nate's cousin. The irony is just dripping from the screen. Did the writers plan this from the start? Because if they did, I have to give them a massive standing ovation. That is some long-term storytelling that we rarely get to see these days. It makes all of those early scenes between Holden and Nate so much more layered. Holden was looking his actual blood relative in the eye and lying to him, while secretly craving that family connection. And let's talk about Kane Ashby for a second, because I am furious. Kane secretly hires Holden after the Damian Kane identity blows up. Kane is using him for his corporate espionage, trying to take down Victor Newman, and Kane is Lily's ex-husband. So Kane is out here secretly employing Lily's actual flesh and blood half-brother to do his dirty work. And neither of them even knows the truth yet. Or does Kane know? No, Kane can't know. If Kane knew, he would absolutely weaponize it. But just the thought of Kane manipulating Malcolm's son makes my blood boil. Okay, back to the point, the reveal itself. How is this going to go down? We know Malcolm sits Lily down at the GCIC to tell her a massive secret. Lily is so blindsided by this that she immediately runs to Tracy Abbott for advice. And honestly, bless Tracy. Tracy is the emotional support pillar of Genoa City. Whenever anyone's life implodes, they go to Tracy. Tracy has lost so much. Colleen, the recent horror with Ellen and Martin Lawrence, she knows how precious family is. She is going to tell Lily to hold on to this brother, no matter what. And the spoilers say by the end of the week, Lily takes matters into her own hands. She is confronting this head-on. She is not waiting around. Because Lily is a fixer. She has been holding this family together through so much drama lately. Between Victor's betrayals, Devon's corporate mess at Chancellor, and Phyllis stealing Kane's AI to create Summer's conglomerate, Lily is exhausted. And now she finds out she has a secret brother who has been lying to everyone in town. Yeah, Lily is going to march right up to Holden and demand answers. She is going to step right into that big sister role because that is who she is. But here is where my heart breaks, and where I think this storyline is going to get really, really messy. Holden is not going to react well to this. I know some people are loving the idea of a big, Happy Winters family reunion, but personally, I don't see it happening. I don't see Holden hugging Malcolm and crying tears of joy. Think about his psychology. The guy's last name is Novak. That means he was either adopted by a family named Novak, or Stephanie lied to him his entire life and told him some guy named Novak was his father. He has lived 3 decades without knowing Malcolm. He has lived his entire life feeling disconnected, which is probably why he became a mercenary in the first place. And let's be real, Holden is a cynical, hardened guy. He's currently weighing an offer from Kane to go to war with Victor Newman. He is a guy who does dirty work for a paycheck. You don't just walk up to a guy like that, say, "Hey, I'm your dad," and expect him to ask for a game of catch. He is going to be furious. Holden is going to reject them. He is going to push Malcolm and Stephanie away so hard, and it is going to be devastating to watch. I can already picture the scene. Malcolm, with tears in his eyes, trying to explain that he didn't know. Malcolm has always been a man who values family above all else. Finding out he missed his son's entire childhood is going to destroy him. And Stephanie, carrying all this trauma from her toxic marriage to Alex Kyriakis and her past with Owen, breaking down because her own son hates her. And Holden just standing there, cold as ice, telling them to get the hell out of his life. And honestly, this completely explains the logistics of the actors' contracts. We know Malcolm and Stephanie are only back for a short stint. They aren't staying for months. So how do you write them out after dropping a bomb this massive? You have Holden reject them. If Holden welcomed them with open arms, they would have to stay. They would want to build a relationship. But if he screams at them and tells them he never wants to see them again, Malcolm and Stephanie will leave town brokenhearted, giving them a reason to exit the canvas while the emotional fallout stays in Genoa City. I hate it when the show does this, but it makes perfect narrative sense. Remember when they brought back legacy characters just to dump trauma on the current cast and run? Yeah, it's a classic soap trope, but I am totally here for the angst. I want the drama. I want the screaming matches. Because once Malcolm and Stephanie leave, who is left to pick up the pieces? Lily. Lily is going to be the one who refuses to give up on Holden. She is going to see this broken, defensive guy who is lashing out at the world, and she is going to see her brother. She knows what it's like to feel lost. She knows what it's like to make mistakes and need redemption. And she is going to make it her absolute mission to bring him into the family fold. I can see her showing up at his door every single day, refusing to let him push her away. And can we talk about Devon for a minute? Devon is running Chancellor right now, dealing with all the corporate fallout. How is Devon going to react when he finds out his uncle Malcolm has a son? A son who has been running around town causing chaos? Devon is fiercely protective of the family legacy. I can see him and Holden butting heads massively. Devon is going to think Holden is just a grifter looking for a payout, while Lily is going to be the one defending him. The sibling dynamics are going to be off the charts. Plus, Holden is currently wrapped up in this insane Kane and Victor drama. Kane wants Holden to help him destroy Victor. Holden is hesitating because he knows Victor is dangerous. But what happens when Victor finds out Holden is Malcolm's son? Victor respects the Winters family. Sometimes, well, he respected Neil, but Victor is also ruthless. If Holden goes after Victor, Victor will crush him, and Lily will be caught right in the middle trying to save her newly discovered brother from the mustache. And don't even get me started on Claire. Holden is terrified of how Claire Newman will react to his shady dealings. Claire is already torn between her loyalty to Victoria and her fear of Victor. If Holden starts working for Kane against Victor, Claire is going to feel so betrayed. But if Holden suddenly has this massive identity crisis because he finds out he's Malcolm's son, maybe Claire will sympathize with him. Claire knows exactly what it's like to find out your entire life is a lie and your real family is right in front of you. Oh my God, Claire and Holden could actually bond over this. I am shipping it. I am totally shipping it. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back to Stephanie. I feel so incredibly bad for Stephanie in all of this. The spoilers say she summoned Malcolm to Genoa City. At first, Malcolm thinks she wants to rekindle their romance. He thinks she's feeling nostalgic about 1994, but that's not it at all. Stephanie is trapped in this horrific, toxic marriage with Alex Kyriakis. She flinches when Alex touches her because she sees Owen's face. She is deeply traumatized. She called Malcolm because she needs a protector. She needs someone strong to save her from her own life. And instead of just getting a protector, she is going to be forced to confess her darkest secret. She has to look Malcolm in the eye and say, "I hid your son from you for 30 years. The guilt she must be carrying is unimaginable. And then to have Holden probably reject her on top of it. The writers are putting this woman through the absolute ringer. I just hope Malcolm doesn't hate her. Malcolm has always been a passionate, hot-headed guy. When he finds out he missed out on Holden's entire childhood, he is going to explode. The 124 pages of dialogue make total sense now. It's going to be Malcolm yelling, Stephanie crying, Holden lashing out, and Lily trying to mediate the entire disaster. And we absolutely cannot forget about Nate Hastings in all of this. We have to talk about Nate. Remember how betrayed Nate felt when the Damian Kane lie was exposed? Nate actually opened his heart to this guy. Nate thought he finally had a brother, a connection to his past, and Holden completely shattered that trust. How is Nate going to react when he finds out that Holden wasn't just some random con artist, but his actual, biological cousin? Nate is going to lose his mind. The betrayal is going to sting 10 times worse because it's coming from inside the family. I can totally see Nate refusing to forgive Holden, which will put him directly at odds with Lily, who will be trying to save him. The family dinners are going to be a nightmare, and I am grabbing my popcorn. Also, let's look at Malcolm's history here. Malcolm has been through the secret child ringer before. Remember the whole saga with Lily? He thought she was his niece for years before the truth came out that she was his biological daughter. Malcolm knows the pain of lost time. He knows the agony of looking at a child and realizing you missed their first steps, their first words, their entire childhood. For him to have to go through this again with Holden, It is just cruel. The writers are torturing this man, but Shimar Moore is going to act the absolute house down. Give him the Emmy now. I don't even need to see the scenes. Just hand him the trophy. And what about the Novak family? Who are they? Did Stephanie give Holden up for adoption to a family named Novak? Or did she marry a guy named Novak just to give Holden a father figure, completely erasing Malcolm from the picture? If it's the latter, Malcolm's anger is going to be entirely directed at Stephanie. He is going to feel like she stole his right to be a father. The resentment is going to be thick enough to cut with a knife. Stephanie came to Genoa City looking for Malcolm to be her savior from Alex Kyriakis, but she might end up facing the wrath of a father scorned. It is a brilliant, tragic setup. I just keep thinking about how this changes the entire landscape of the show. We have been so focused on the Newman and Abbott feuds, but the Winters family is the soul of Y&R. Bringing in a new generation, a new wild card like Holden, injects so much fresh energy into the canvas. Holden isn't a polished CEO. He's rough around the edges, he's morally gray, and he's exactly the kind of character the Winters family needs to shake things up. I know some people are complaining online that this rewrites history. Oh, Stephanie would never do that. Oh, Malcolm would have known. Look, it's a soap opera. Rewriting history is what they do. How many secret children have popped up in Genoa City over the decades? Too many to count. But when it's done right, when it's rooted in characters we actually care about, it works. And I care about Malcolm. I care about Lily. I even care about Holden, because the actor has been doing a phenomenal job playing this guarded, mysterious guy. If Holden truly is Malcolm's son, it recontextualizes every single scene he has had since January. When he was pretending to be Nate's brother, was there a part of him that actually craved that familial connection? When he was exposed by Amy Lewis and looked so defeated, was it because he thought he lost his only chance at a family? The layers here are just incredible. I am going to have to go back and rewatch all of his scenes from the past few months just to look for clues. Did he have a certain look in his eye when the Winters family was mentioned? Did he hesitate? I need to know. I am going to be glued to my screen all week. Tuesday cannot come fast enough. I need to see Malcolm walk into the GCAC. I need to see Lily smile. And then I need to see the absolute devastation when the truth comes out. I want the tears. I want the screaming. I want the slamming doors. Give me all the soap opera goodness. I'm sorry, but if you aren't hyped for this, we are watching two different shows. This is peak daytime drama. This is the kind of storyline that makes you scream at the TV and immediately text your group chat. It has history, it has betrayal, it has secret children, and it has Lily Winters ready to go to war for her family. What more could you possibly ask for? So, what do you guys think? Am I totally off base here? Is Holden going to surprise us and actually hug his dad? Is Kane going to use this secret to his advantage? Is Victor going to destroy them all anyway? Let me know, because I'm going to be obsessing over this until the episode airs. Okay, I seriously need to go to sleep now. My brain is fried from overthinking this. But wow, just now I will be dreaming about this storyline tonight, and I cannot wait to see how it all unfolds. Genoa City will never be the same again, and I'm 100% here for the ride.